even though it's critically important, it's harder to sell the tax cut or an end the Department of Education or something like that. So, yes.
Something that might seem kind of broad, but at the same time, they did have this the Smith money for propaganda.
Okay.
And I think
What is that? Remind me.
Yeah, so I think it was put in the 30s and it's been chipped away at.
The United States is allowed to have a propaganda department.
Yeah.
So, for example, like Voice of America is like they can only broadcast it. They can't broadcast it.
Right. Yeah. The trouble with that is most people don't know it. You know, I'm sure it's a good thing to.
But how can it be put in such a way that people understand it? This whole thing is
Well, I think transparency. Yeah.
Like somebody has to be held accountable.
Yeah.
For, you know, all
Well, sovereign immunity. So, first of all, sovereign immunity, and that would be a hard thing to I don't know if you could do it any way other than through the courts. I don't know how you could easily, I've never really looked into how to propose that, but just taking away their ability to get out of liability for the damage they do. That would be the first thing I'd think about as far as how to go about that.
There has to be something like
Yeah. Liability coupled with transparency, I think, is going to, and taking away their ability to spin the story, taking away all their PR budgets. Right now, the news, what do they call the News Bureau Corps in D.C.? I forget, I think that's it. They have rules. I don't know how they got it passed, but, Trump couldn't get around them. Where they get to say, we're sending these reporters, and, they get to call the shots on who interviews the president, basically. And that's got to go. Any other proposals? Yeah.
Another question. How do you handle questions that say, what do you do with these million laid off federal workers without, in the absence of like a new replacement government to put them to work?
We cited these studies. There are other studies that have been done in the country, but when we did one of our initiatives, I think it was the 2010 initiative, there was a think tank in Boston called the Beacon Hill Institute, and they actually did they had done two studies. It's been so long. I think they did one both on our income tax, and they had done one years earlier.
It's really shaky.
Small income tax cut that another group had sponsored, and both of them showed significant creation of jobs. Yes, and I think the numbers, and this will be in the ballpark. But one of I think it was our sales tax cut initiative, would have cut something like 15,000 jobs and created 33,000 private sector jobs. 2 to 1.
So what number is this? I think the complicated thing there is the creation of jobs. When it's measured that way, it's something that happens over years. You have all these people who lose their jobs overnight. That's the way it's politically.
And they're not going to vote for you anymore. They're against you. And you do have to give up the idea of pleasing everyone. That is very impossible in politics if you're going to get anything done at all. So, but you can sell that, and you say the things I said. They're productive, zero cost to taxpayer jobs. They're sustainable. They have real value. They're valued by customers, and employees are more satisfied. And you can compliment the government workers and say, government workers, they're not dumb. Maybe some of them are, but a lot of them are actually pretty smart, and they're going to get jobs in a healthy economy with a surplus of jobs. They're going to do well, and they're usually going to find that they're much more satisfied in their newer jobs. They're going to be happier.
And you have a large taco stall. Like I compare you to the other guy that
What about
he's got like
repealing the
a little
14th
tiny
Amendment,
food truck
birthright
maybe the
citizenship?
size of one of these picnic tables. There's a
Why?
drastic difference.
Well,
in
Repealing the
size
14th
and
Amendment, birthright citizenship. I mean, that's not one I'd go for.
That's not one I'd go for either. Why?
Well, if we move 20,000 people here to gain influence, and we're having people come across the borders, and their children can vote, and they're being distributed to states, there's a different incentives, there's
The
different
problem
dependencies.
is voting.
Right. But they're voting. Their children are voting.
But they're here subject to the laws. Do you really want to start saying that we can pick and choose between people who have to be subject to the laws and then have no say in them?
20,000 people is a small number relative to what's going on.
Yeah, but then people can say, well, Christians who say they have no loyalty to anyone but Christ shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're not out for the interests of other people.
The fact that Libertarians are debating about it, it's not a good proposal. Pick something else. Any other proposals in some areas? Going back on the gold standard. Okay, most people aren't going to really appreciate what that means or the significance of it. And I personally roll it into no more federal government debt at all. No debt. And repealing legal tender laws. So any currency is legal, whether it's poker chips or Bitcoin or anything else. Because the Constitution only enables the federal government to print coin or what do they call it? Make coin, whatever they call it, whatever the word is. But it doesn't have a monopoly on it. And that was just not in the Constitution. Now, again, this is getting into kind of stuff. Libertarians and conservatives understand that the average voter won't understand or appreciate. They don't have any gold. What is the gold standard? That is, again, you break the rule of simple. Something you can explain in a sentence and people get it. Go, and one more sentence and you're spewing the benefits. Now I get what it is and why I want it. And that you should be able to do very quickly.
Is there an ideological reason for that, or is it just a matter of convenience?
Yeah. So the ADA is first of all, it's not something that's going to be screamingly popular with a lot of people.
It sounds really bad, right?
It sounds bad, so you're going to be called a, disabled person hater or whatever.
Disable-phobe.
Yeah, and what, ableist or whatever.
Yeah, ableist, that's it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go with that one unless I rolled it into, again, something like a Restore America. But the thing is, that one, I think we could all, when we talk about benefits includes not just what will be done for your family or you, but people have a natural concern about other people, their communities, and the world. And our opponents use that all the time. And so when you start talking about disability, that's something that can easily be attacked if you don't make it very clear. If you can't show how disabled people will be better off, or at least the same, it's going to be a loser. And, pardon me?
The prices fall. Everything gets cheaper. Right?
And you might be able to make an argument, but it's going to be a tough one. That's not one I would choose.
I'm sorry, I'm not. You could always tell me to shut up. You know me. Couldn't you make the argument, though, that like the way corporations are promoting pride, and there's no law that they have to do that, but it's corporate capitalism, which I know can be very bad.
Well, ESG, isn't that sort of law? I mean, I don't know the...
But I don't think they need to sell pride merchandise, but people wouldn't... Corporations want to cater to do the things that the ADA does for just goodwill.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you worked at it, you might be able to find ways to sell it, but it would be so easily attacked. And it's just, there's so many business regulations out there. That's just one of them, And I know it's big enough for some small businesses that it actually ruined them. I've heard of cases of this. But there's many regulations that have ruined business. So why not broaden it to something that's going to really substantially free the small business person and give them huge benefits and freedom to run their business and be profitable. I wouldn't focus on that one. But you might want to be prepared with those benefits and with that explanation if it comes up. But you don't want to get dragged off on it too, because now again you're getting off message basically. Yeah.
Revise the GSA so that it's easier for small business to conduct business with the government.
GSA. Remind me what
Government Services
I enjoyed buying it back in the day.
Authority or
General services.
Yeah, general
I don't even know what that
services,
is.
Which is,
Yeah, general
you have to
services
comply
is-
with their regulations in order to be a vendor to the government.
Right.
It is incredibly difficult for a
Right.
company with less than 25 people.
Right. And Trump did something there in getting, and I think Youngkin in Virginia, where I live, also did something to lessen the college degree requirements, things like that, for some jobs, as one example of what you're talking about, right?
You don't have to worry about metal. It's not
Is that right?
Well,
I mean, I know there's many more, but
That's why
it's a mountain of paperwork
yeah.
to do business with the government, and unless you have a exclusive product that government needs, as a small business, you're just not going to win that.
Right. So,
Win that contract.
when you're talking about getting rid of regulations, rather than name a specific agency that people, unless they know it, they might know the FDA, they might know the BATF if it's a gun crowd, but most people don't know the specific agencies and their acronyms. And I would talk more generally about getting rid of business regulations, and then just give some examples. For example, and I wouldn't even mention the GCA per se. Usually, you might mention OSHA, you might mention Department of Agriculture, or some of the bigger ones. But I would just give examples. These are some of the ways, these are some of the things that businesses are not free to do. And this is what it costs them, and this is what you lose out on as a customer, and why you have to pay more. Here's some more examples. That is more meaningful to people than government acronyms, especially if they're not
Did you need
familiar.
anything? Okay.
No, I understand, but if you want
All right, because we're selling drinks too,
manufacturing sector,
and they're good.
manufacturing sector
It has doubled in the course of that 2-year period, and it's really about the.
Are you running the booth right now? Ish, okay.
There was a couple here, and they were like trying to be money.
If you're talking to a manufacturing
Then I had to try to figure out where to put it.
association, you know,
Registers over there.
or, you know, it's
We're really trying to push memberships.
audiences,
I ask everybody, what's they going to say? No? I've got a few yeses that said they're going to come back. And I have my camera on, so don't say anything that you don't want broadcast live. That means shut up.
Kill all the white man.
Kill Whitey.
knowledge of specific.
I'm Indian. Don't I get to say
Okay,
that?
any other proposals that you guys want to propose or talk about?
Let me
Or ask
supposed to say
about?
Indian.
About it as a speculative investment,
Oh, boy.
it's different than if you're thinking
Were you
about
at the
it
Jeremy
as
Kaufman
something
roast
that
last
you don't
night?
really think about.
Yeah.
That was definitely something you don't want to film.
So the value goes up and
It was a
trading
roast,
money
so,
to
you know.
profit off of it, whereas
I think that one's
it's
getting
supposed to be
big
around
enough
people
and
with
well known
cryptocurrency
enough
are
that
speculating
I think
on
it's.
They asked me to do it. I'm
very
like,
viable
I
at the
can't do
local
that. I go, I
level
can
to
like
talk
light
about
people
it.
up
And,
like that I really
I
dislike.
work with the
And
Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance, and
I go, but
so
I
we
can't
talk
do that
about
for someone that I'm
freedom,
friendly with. I just can't. I'd start crying.
That's why adding an element
and
of
some of the people are
stability
starting to get into the whole world
Some
tyranny,
cryptocurrencies are better at this
World
than others.
Economic Forum, and
Bitcoin, of
everything
course,
else.
it's not.
But
It's
I
useless.
think you might want to rule
And it's
some
always,
freedom in with
they
other
did it that
health
way. So it's
issues,
supposed to be
you know, as one
very
big
digital
platform.
cash.
I'll try to be here
We're gonna
tomorrow
make it so
and record you if you
drugs
want.
Oh, I'd really appreciate it.
are.
I'm trying to record as much as possible because I was actually sponsored to be here from someone who couldn't come. So paid my entire way. And I was like, I promise to record as much so you can feel like you were here.
This encourages savings.
And, you know, we're so polarized these days, so a lot of these discussions is going to appeal to just this sector, but it's a pretty big sector and it's getting bigger. So it depends a lot on the jurisdiction, but I think it has a lot of promise.
And the longer they have it,
Yeah,
more often than not, the more
I
that
should try
they
because I'm going to get things to try later.
and
after my
that's
talk.
the USD has the highest.
Okay, you're on video.
People to spend because a lot
Who you getting?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Who you
I
getting?
know, but most people aren't aware of it yet. Now, you can use your campaign to make people more aware, but
I'm jealous.
usually you can do that by having
you
a
should go
good
to
broad
how much?
platform
Well,
and then just mentioning that
Okay.
when it's appropriate to bring it up.
Well, tell me
because you'll
afterwards.
just attract more
'Cause,
people
I'm
and wake up a lot
interested.
more people to those issues. Like Kennedy,
I'm experienced.
hopefully, is going to
But
wake
I'm
up a lot of
interested.
America that
I'm
isn't
not.
already awake to what's going on.
I
with
actually
vaccines.
do it for
And
depression
I really
therapy.
look forward to
Mostly
his
I go to
primary
ketamine
campaign
treatments.
for that reason, 'cause I
And it's under
hope he'll
doctor's
make a huge
supervision and all that.
contribution,
You know,
as well
it's
as war.
legal. But
Things that he's running on.
But I've been working because Sybil's
One of the
Island
things-
is legal
we
in
don't have
Colorado
time
now
to play the
too.
game
So
who's
I've been
driving.
working on that
Usually we do mock
for depression,
interviews
but so
with,
far it hasn't been as good
somebody
as
who's a
it
candidate and someone who's a media interviewer or a podcaster or a reporter
Podcaster, she said me.
asking questions. And we set it up with 3-minute rounds. Somebody keeps time. And the interviewer asks typical questions like, why are you running? Why are you a libertarian? Have you run before? Whatever. And the candidate's job is to pivot when necessary to our message. So we're setting the agenda. So we're on the offense with our
I keep
agenda,
having
with
to
the
check
goal
my
that the entire 3
feed.
minutes be about a small government agenda. Now the interviewer may push back and object. That's good. You're still talking about your agenda. They're on the defense.
Ooh, that's a
we're on
nice
the
missing
offense.
board.
And the goal of the game is to get
Is this
as
the
close to
LGs?
100% of the time.
Because we
on
need
your
this for our
issue.
meetings.
The
Our
other
meetings
goal of
have
the game
horrible audio.
is to talk about benefits. And to get in as many benefits.
Do you have a
as
mixing
can,
board for your
repeat them,
show?
make
I have
clear
a
what
much
they are,
smaller one.
get
I have
out
a
bunch
6
of them.
channel.
I got a 4 channel.
And at the end of the round,
But I
we
like
ask
it.
everybody, okay, what percentage of the time was this
Wait,
person
maybe mine is 4.
talking about putting out a proposal?
No, it's
And
not the
despite
road
having
one.
heard
It's
my
crap. I can't.
introduction
I'd
to
know
it
the
all,
name if I
a lot
heard
of
it.
times it's 0.
In
Because
checking out the
libertarians are so much in the
features, the
habit
road one
of
wasn't
just
as good. I
talking
didn't
about what's
think.
wrong with big government,
But I have
or they're-
guests
they're not
sometimes,
used
but
to
I
it. They
love
don't
it.
have practice, so they get asked, why are you a libertarian? And I'm like, oh, now I get to tell my life story about
No,
how
I love it though.
And then they forget to mention.
I noticed you were live streaming. Were you live streaming directly to YouTube?
Catch on.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask, because I use StreamYard,
Yeah.
but I cannot initiate from a phone.
I can't do. I use Ecamm because I'm Mac and Ecamm's Mac only. But oh my God, it has way more features than StreamYard. It is studio, like what television studios use. It's like fantastic. But no, they don't have a mobile app because it's just too complicated.
Right. Okay.
No, so I just went right to YouTube. So it doesn't alert on Twitter or anything
Yeah.
like that the way Ecamm does. But
Right.
I wish Ecamm would get a just very scaled down one. But they don't want to eliminate any features, so they. I liked StreamYard.
Yeah.
But Ecamm, the learning curve was super high, but it's got way more features. I don't
Well,
use
it's for
them.
Mac only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter for me. So,
You need to just
so
join the cult.
I don't have a Mac anything. My wife does. She likes.
I bought a Mac Mini for it.
She's got Apple laptop, iPhone.
StreamYard will go out to how many destinations?
I think it's by plan. My plan, which is the first paid plan, will allow you three different
Okay.
locations
Do you pay by the year or the month?
a month.
Because I think you could do Ecamm by the month, but I pay for the year, and I think it's $400 a year. But I can go out to 12, I think, if I want to. But it all depends on your bandwidth. Hey.
Yeah, I think it's 3. It might be more than that. I can't remember. I've only got 3 that I sent it out to. It might be more.
Did you go to Twitch or no?
No.
Amazon's now accepting people to theirs. You got to have a minimum number of followers, so I don't know if I meet that minimum yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I'm hoping to sit down and spend some time before I leave Porcfest, when I've got like less things competing for my attention. Sit down and finish up like my locals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of develop a plan so that I can start. What's the word? Oh yeah, grifting.
But in fact, that's how they spun it.
Because I put a lot of effort into.
Yeah, I got to develop my grift.
So, and I'm very notoriously bad about it.
I'm horrible. I know I get called a grifter all the time, but I'm like so horrible at it. But I'm actually starting a TikTok, not Pink Flame of Liberty. I'm going to do a parliamentarian thing. So it'll be more professional because I'm trying to get parliamentary work because that's what I like doing. So it's going to be just parliamentary shit. I won't stop the profanity though. That's just never gonna.
Right.
Jim Browdy, anybody know that guy? He's from Massachusetts. big
I
political
gotta be somewhere
commentator
too,
on
and
cable
I'm
news
recording.
and other.
Oh, to what?
Send you guys
I'm
into
going over to do
7% of vote.
acupuncture with
Barbara Anderson from Citizens for Limited
remember her last
Taxation.
name.
Oh,
said
from
maybe
Vermont?
20%
Yeah.
Olga Mar.
of the vote.
Olga Mar. Yeah.
The polls show this getting 20s.
So I was gonna
That's
go
the
over there
way
at
it
2
started
o'clock.
creeping
Yeah, but
movies.
what? They're gonna do it on you?
I think so. Yes.
Where? Why?
So,
she's got like some. She does acupuncture.
There,
Oh,
people will
I've done it
vote
for my
these
back. It
things
really
when
hurt.
they
It
hear
really,
about
well,
them
it did
and
hurt.
presented in a positive
I'm not gonna
light.
lie,
Right.
but it
And
helped.
it's very important.
It didn't
as a
hurt
candidate
bad.
that you remember, that
Right.
you
But for anyone
remember.
who says
So
it
many
doesn't hurt at
candidates
all,
get
they're full of
disappointed
shit.
in their vote total, and they have
Well,
no
maybe
idea
it was just
that
in the
most
back
people
area,
never
which is
heard
super sensitive,
about them.
Right.
but it
even
did
when
help.
They did.
Right.
They just weren't impressing them in a way that was memorable.
It might not hurt depending upon where you get them stuck, but if it's in your lower back, it will hurt, but it will feel better.
So, the more we talk about freedom,
Tell her that I'll be
the more acceptance
a couple
we
months
build,
later, I guess.
and the more energizes your campaign. That means more donors, more volunteers, more endorsements, more media, more speaking invitations.
I need to find some food.
The most important thing of all,
Those tacos
is
were
that
good, but I want
by
to
running
try
on these
other
initiatives,
stuff.
Even if you don't get elected, which
I brought
often
all
you
my
won't, you are creating a path to small government.
That ATM, do you know that's over there? Is it just crypto or is it?
Don't know. I brought my own cash too.
Yeah, I don't have a wallet, so I mean a crypto wallet, so.
I try to bring everything I need so I don't have to go out and spend tons of money all over the place.
Thank you. If you want to check out my music, carlahowell.com. Liberty Music.
Do you do the choir?
I sing in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The choir was something else. I don't know what you mean by choir.
At the convention.
I didn't actually sing it, but it was one of my songs they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. Okay, so I agree that we should go on the offense. And this is maybe like a devil's advocate question, but
Is that what you use for your podcast?
Sometimes.
I use my phone, that's it.
I used to use my phone. I also have a webcam from
have a huge government.
I think of their name. Give me a second.
Hey, we're gonna do the income tax.
Logitech?
Elgato.
Oh.
So I got an Elgato webcam, just a 1080.
I hated all my webcams.
This one's alright.
I use the side view, but I like my phone.
Yeah, the phone does pretty good. I was using that to... There was an OBS plugin, I believe, that I was using with my phone, and that worked out pretty well for a while. But then I wanted to be more mobile and do things, so I got like this, and then I went out and I got really nice lapel mics.
Oh, I got those with me too.
So, and then I have a Rode recorder mic that I can use as well, so I can like do like recording if I ever have the nerve.
I got that too. No, I have actually got a crap. I can't think of the brand, but I've got one of those.
Today we have Massey in Congress, and we have in the House, and then we have Rand Paul.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of
And
here.
they actually have like
Tell Angela.
a positive impact in the direction which the country's going.
See you around.
Legitimate.
Come grab me later if you see me.
They discard, there's some bills they don't vote for, they get compromised, they're the final vote for some issue, and they're actually having like real change. So to me, devil's advocate, it seems like the strategy would actually be like, you can make these bold claims to get like attention, get headlines, etc. But the strategy should be the strategy that we use against us, which is small incremental change and just push it back. And it's gonna take decades. But
Well, okay, so there's, I think, two things in there. First of all, small incremental increases works much better for big government than it does for small government.
I'm guessing the maid
Because
found them
you
and put
have
them
to
on the
get
wire
people to
rack.
polls. They've got their
I still
army
have the room key. Do
benef-
you
of
need
government
it?
beneficiaries
Sure,
are
are
well
you
disciplined
done?
to go to the polls.
Well, I didn't
A
know
lot
if
of
you
our
wanted me to keep it to
constituency
use
doesn't
to go to the
And that's one
bathroom
of
or
the
anything.
That's fine.
Is that
Just hang on to it.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
either way
So
I have it
you
right
gotta
here.
Okay.
be big
Okay.
to get them to the polls.
No problem.
You
This
gotta
is
be
turning
big
back.
to
driving me
even slow
crazy.
the growth of
It's probably
government.
under the bed or
Government
something
naturally
stupid.
expands.
But see, I
That
brought another
by
pair.
its nature, the people who profit will lobby, will be there, will vote, will organize, will take government money to fund their causes, to keep getting more government money, right? So
Were
they've
you
got
at the
huge
RFK
local
speech?
advantage. So the
No,
dynamics
really
are
good.
very different.
I was
I mean, it
listening.
had
big
some
government
bad
and small
points,
government.
but it
By
was
the
really
way,
good.
Yeah.
Rand
But when he
Paul,
said he
when
wanted a
first ran
more
for US Senate,
expansive
ran on,
restriction on the Second Amendment, I
believe
was
it
like,
a
dude,
$500
know your
billion
audience,
cut
man.
in the federal government. It was pretty
I
bold.
know. I was
And
listening
people
on
Yeah.
my
forget these
radio
things,
and
especially when people are
finally
first
figured
elected
that out.
to office.
He was honest,
that's when
though.
they run
An
the
honest
poll this
politician
often.
is rare.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I recognize these guys are very helpful, and I want them to stay there. And I wish Justin Amash was still there. But running for office, I mean, they're all getting reelected, you know, and they don't have to run all that stuff. So they're much more tactical. But we're also not shrinking government. You know, it's getting bigger. And we need to create popularity across the spectrum for much. We need to popularize. You know, people say, "Oh, just let it all explode and fail, and then we'll rebuild it." Well, what usually happens is it gets replaced with another tyrant and more big government. We need people to be educated and aware of the fact that we are much better off with a much, much smaller government. There is no replacement. There's no repeal and replace Obamacare. There's repeal Obamacare and replace it with nothing but small government.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a somewhat loaded question, and you could feel free to pass. There's a controversy going on right now in Colorado, which I don't know if you've heard about, but the Colorado LP is working. We're a blue state, by the way, just so you know, the Democrats are absolutely in power. So the Colorado LP has decided to work with the Republican Party to encourage liberty candidates in every race. And we're getting a lot of flack with that by saying you should run a libertarian in every race, which, by the way, is my view. So I am on the opposition, but I'm just curious about your particular point of view. If the Republican, if on the rare chance, and we do know it's rare, that they run an actual liberty candidate, what do you feel about not running a libertarian and only that race when you have a, we can run, we have full.
I would be in favor of that. And in
okay,
fact,
thank you.
Jeff Neal told me in Texas that Texas is a place where you can easily get a congressional candidate on the ballot, unlike a lot of other states. And he said for years they would run a candidate in every congressional district except for Ron Paul's.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. So I definitely feel, I mean, I've been a Libertarian Life member for 28 years or whatever, and I'm very much a supporter of the Libertarian Party, and I think it's very necessary. We have to have a third party opposition, but my real goal is liberty. And when you think about it, the likelihood that libertarians are going to literally get elected to office and that is how we will achieve small government, well, it could be, but it's very just as likely, if not more so, that we will run such strong campaigns that we will force Democrats and Republicans to move our way and start chipping away that way, getting them on board with this proposal or that proposal, and we might actually get it eliminated, you know, some piece eliminated. I think it becomes too much like being loyal to a church versus a religion or a faith, because I think that I'm for small government. I've donated to Eric Blakey in Maine. You guys know him, state senator. He's a Ron Paul guy all the way. I've donated to Ron Paul. I've donated to Kennedy. I don't know if I'll vote for him in the general, but I want him to be in the primary.
Yeah.
I want him to be fighting as strong as he possibly can. And so I think I actually would advise the Libertarian Party to repeal its rule about not endorsing Republicans. You know, befriend them. Let's be together. We don't want to divide. We don't ever want to be divided. We want to divide our enemy. They want to divide us. We should be united for freedom whenever we can and avoid fighting whenever we can to move forward the ultimate goal, which is freedom.
Can I ask a follow-up? You said to repeal the rule against endorsing Republicans, but wouldn't that include Liberty Democrats as well? Mm-hmm. Like you mentioned that you donated to RFK. I mean, as a national committee member, I definitely can't do that.
Right.
But if I were an ordinary member, I actually would consider it. I didn't like.
You know, a lot of LNC members, when I joined the staff, had donated to Ron Paul back in 2012.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of libertarians have donated to Ron Paul or volunteered for him. And you'd have a hard time telling someone, don't do that. Because most libertarians are just going to do it because that's where their loyalty is.
Well, like literally, if you haven't heard, Carla, there's been threats. Obviously, the LNC is not going to do this, but there's been people calling for the disaffiliation of Colorado for this. And honestly, there's really only one candidate that meets their criteria. Like everyone's acting like they're in the back pocket of Republicans. There's one candidate, kind of like a Ron Paul, that meets their criteria. And it's just, even though I'm on the other side of this debate, I'm just aghast at the way we're attacking people who just want to support liberty, even if you disagree with the strategy. It's just sick, I think.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel very strongly that you divide and conquer is a very powerful force, and we want to avoid it every way we can. Avoid publicly dissing others who are fighting, even if you think their strategy is wrong, or, you know, just try to avoid it. Sometimes you can't avoid it, but try to avoid it, and get the pivot back to shrinking government. Get the conversation back in the offense and divide them. And that's a beautiful thing when you get the opposition fighting. Like when you're talking about cutting cutting education spending or privatizing it, take the side of the teachers. The teachers that get stuck with all these forms to fill out and bureaucracy, and they have no freedom to be creative and come up with the curriculums that they want. And they often hate all these administrators who are making more money than them, who aren't doing any teaching, and get them fighting against, get them mad at the administrators in the school. I mean, that's where we want the division to be, with our opposition, not with us.
Thank you. Sure. I think you're fantastic, Carla, just so you know.
Very good points. Thanks. Well, I appreciate all you coming. I love that you're interested in this, and please be on the offense and encourage your candidates to be on the offense. Feel free to call me anytime if you have a candidate who wants to be coached. I'm happy to do that anytime. CarlaHowell.com, you can find me there.
That is not my mess, but should I pick it up? Is there trash? Oh, the waters? Yeah. They've been there for hours. Oh, it's okay.
I don't know if we have a trash can.
It's right there. Right here is our trash. Right? It's okay. I'll empty them. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's water the grass.
Water the grass. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that. I've been doing it away from everything because I've got a baby playing. Gotcha. How about over here? Yeah, that's cool. Glad you could make it. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so thrilled.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to. A friend of mine on Twitter sponsored me because he couldn't come. So he had already had the plans, and he's like, well, I can't go, so you want to go? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. Nice. Good. All right. Grab Arthur.
I'm just disappointed Wayne couldn't come because I'm trying to convince him to move to New Hampshire.
Are you?
Oh, I've been working on it for years, but he hasn't been here. And, we're older, and he's got a very established business in Castle Rock, so it gets tough, if we won the lotto tomorrow, we'd move to New Hampshire.
Right.
But right now we have to make a living, and, he's a realtor, and that is all about establishing long-time connections.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. It's like, I've been in Vermont for so many years, but then I took a real hit in my business, too. But I still have something going on over there. So the idea of moving to New Hampshire and then having to start all over.
Yeah. For
that's
him,
what I have to do.
It's unthinkable for him. I mean, he's over 60. I can work anywhere. I'm a paralegal.
Right.
I can learn the law here. Yeah. But it's much, much tougher for him.
Yeah.
So I doubt it will happen, but, you never know.
You never know about these things.
If we had the means, we would do it.
Yeah.
Probably. I can't even say definitely for him. He really loves Colorado, and he doesn't like the humidity. And
oh, really?
Yeah. I'm from Florida, so the humidity here isn't shit.
It's nothing.
I'm like, I'm from Florida.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Thirst aid station. What kind of drinks? Are there like porta potties here?
Oh, they're all over.
Okay. I've been running to the hotel.
It's down here. A lot of them are down there.
And there's a bathroom at the entrance there.
But I still got the hotel room key, so.
Yeah.
I've been running over there.
I couldn't find the trash. I don't know what she said.
Oh, I think it's that box.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Look in the box. Is there shit in it?
There's stuff in it. I don't know.
Oh no, that's trash. That's trash. That's all trash.
Okay. All right.
Me too. I've been making some good ones. Yeah, you don't want me pouring them. That's all I can say. They won't make.
What do you mean when you're making some good ones?
Yeah, they don't want it. They won't make any money if I'm pouring the drinks.
Should we turn off the mic or something?
Probably, yeah. I don't know how to either. Or maybe just on the soundboard, put all the volume to 0. Let me go look at the soundboard. That I know.
But I might turn out the freezer.
I'll just stick the. I put all the switches to 0.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right, thanks.
But honestly, Collar, I think you are awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I always listen. Can't really say the vote or anything, but I thought it was a mistake back.
Which vote?
Back when they decided they didn't want to renew your contract.
Just blessing in disguise.
But still, I think you're fantastic.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I do love the work you're doing.
Thanks. Well, now I've been active with this real interesting group. Sadly, the Virginia Libertarian Party has been not doing much useful. But this Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance is really good, and they're mostly very conservative. And and there's one woman there who's kind of libertarian, and I'm sort of getting them to see that you don't have to be a Christian to be a good person.
Yeah.
Who's doing the right thing and stuff like that. But they're wonderful people. They're really wonderful, wonderful people. I like them. Anyway, we carry on. Freedom. Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Take care.
Check out that bug. Oh, yeah. I'll hang out. I got this bug I'm hanging out with.
Oh, cool. I gotta do a quick interview.
Check out this big boy.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. There were some crazy beetles earlier. He looks amazing.
Sorry, drop the camera. Say hi, Angela.
Hello. I have to run to the bathroom.
Do you want a hotel room key, or do you need to use the pot? Or are you okay with the? Okay.
I was gonna go catch Kyle Angel's talk real quick, and then
Here.
you need it.
On this.
Cool. I'm gonna catch this.
All right, here at the LP booth. I'm just gonna be live streaming. Some of it will probably be boring to you guys, but I promise to live stream as much as possible. Mostly I'm wearing a body cam, so if it seems a little weird, because look, here's my setup between my boobies, between the tatas, and yeah, mostly just live streaming and getting a bit lit. So right now it's pretty calm. Carla Howell just gave her speeches. Totally think Carla Howell is absolutely fantastic. And we would do well to get her back. I don't mean back in the LP. She's obviously in the LP, but my personal opinion is back on staff. She's very, very good. We don't agree on everything. She's very minarchist, but so good at communicating the message. And she's a good example of someone, wasn't on staff anymore, but just continued working. No matter what disagreements may have been had, she just continued working. People who decide that they're done with the party because they don't like the leadership, or they decide they're gonna, do all kinds of destructive stuff. Bye, Felicia, we don't need you. Fairweather Friends are no allies for liberty, in my opinion. And of all people, I think I have the right to have that opinion, considering what the LNC did to me last year. And not last year, 2 years ago now. And I didn't quit. All right, back to live streaming. Sorry, it might be boring for a little bit because I'm just sitting here, but I need to go find some food once somebody comes back to man the LP booth. I am, and just so you know, I have my live stream on, so don't say anything you don't want to be incriminated for.
That's the way I live.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I just know you from Twitter. You followed me. And
awesome. Yeah, well, I follow. I'm such a whore on Twitter.
It's the Twitter thing. I'm just going to stand out of the shade.
Oh, yeah, no, that's good. I'm supposed to be hanging out here anyway. $4 drinks.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, though.
I make them strong. I'm not making.
That's not necessarily a benefit.
I'm not making them any money.
Yeah.
It was closed.
What?
The bathroom.
Do you want my key?
Where to?
Okay, the hotel that's right over there, and it's room 47.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know where the pools are? It's right that little road next to the pools, room 47, second floor.
Oh, the nice tour thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I hope you guys.
Maj isn't speaking.
I was done football.
He got arrested
No way.
for a gun charge.
Wait, when and where?
It's horrible. Wait,
Yesterday, I
is he
think.
supposed to speak here, though?
Yeah, he can't come.
He got arrested for a gun. Wait, how do you get arrested for a gun charge in New Hampshire?
He wasn't here. He's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he was in Pennsylvania. So do we know what the gun charge was?
No.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll tweet about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only know the stuff that's public, so.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's not his fault.
How do you get arrested for a gun charge in New Hampshire?
Yeah, no, he wasn't here. Yeah. Allegedly. That's what I saw publicly. Whether it's true or not, I would look at his, but he hasn't tweeted for a couple days, so it makes sense, but I would take whatever he says as truth. I'm only repeating what I heard. He wanted to be here.
Are you actively recording the universe?
What?
Are you actively
I
recording
am.
the universe?
I am.
I'm gonna go. It was nice to meet you. I'm gonna get
Nice
some
to
water.
meet you as well. We have water here as well. $1.
No, I've got my water.
Yeah, but it's for the LP. Okay, I paid $5, so you can take a water.
Wait, the General Libertarian
Yeah.
Party? I'm New Hampshire.
No, listen. Wait, stop.
Libertarian Party.
Stop.
thing?
I paid $5 for my drink, so you can have a water. Take a water.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. I see what you're saying.
I paid $5. Take a water.
Thank you, Carol.
The matching. What's going on, man? I think I saw you with the pink bag earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
All my luggage is pink. I got pink sewing room.
It's like seemingly all the same shade of hot pink. Too.
It is. It has to be hot pink.
Yeah.
If I don't have hot pink, it means I couldn't find it. Because I will pay more for hot pink.
Where do you live in New Hampshire?
I don't live in New Hampshire.
Why not?
Because my husband has a very established real estate business in Colorado, and we need to make a living.
Acceptable.
I can work.
Hey, no, that's a good.
I can work anywhere. I'm a paralegal, but he's been a realtor with a established book of business for 35 years, and he's almost 60. So it's just not a feasible option for us. You know,
do you have a plan if things get spicy in Colorado?
It's actually to move to Wyoming because some of the businesses.
Not a bad place, yeah.
Some of his business is already right on the border.
When I was deciding where to move, it was Texas, Wyoming, or New Hampshire. New Hampshire won.
If we won the lotto, let's just put it that way, because I do scratch-offs. If we won the lotto, I'd move to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
But right now, we just can't afford it.
Okay.
The economy and everything, we're barely making it. Yeah.
That's totally understandable.
I mean, I like it here. I'm from the East Coast to begin with, but Wayne also doesn't like the humidity. Mm-hmm. I'm from Florida, so I laugh at New Hampshire.
I'm not from Florida, but I've spent so many years there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But Colorado is semi-arid.
I want to go down in March. Maybe it's not summer, but I've never done it.
You'll get to experience the humidity. That's perfect.
Wayne is one of the few people that were actually born in Denver, because most Colorado people are transplants. And Colorado has no humidity and no bugs. Like that big ass bug that was climbing here, like that, you don't see that in Colorado.
No bugs.
Like in my house, like the bugs should pay rent. The daddy long legs spiders and the lizards, they should pay rent. But in Colorado, I've never seen it, except for a fly that flew in the door. I've never seen a bug in our house. In fucking Florida, those palmetto bugs, man, they're lethal. They're kamikazes. They come right at your face.
I don't want big flying bugs. Well, you know what? It's bigger than small flying bugs because I want to see it.
Have you ever, you've lived in Florida, right? No. Oh, those palmettos are evil. They're cockroaches. They're big.
I'd also have a panic attack.
They're like 4-inch. They're like this. Yeah. Some of them are albino, which is the most terrifying thing in the entire world. And the minute you turn off the lights,
have you seen any fireflies?
Right for your face.
Fireflies, no. That is pretty terrifying.
It is. But I got used to it, but there are bugs everywhere in Florida.
Is electricity a lot cheaper? I'm just picturing AC.
Additional amounts of.
I think it is actually.
I think it is. If you know we have high cost of living, I assume that's what they're talking.
My electrical bill in my Florida house, now it was much smaller. I only had 1,400 square feet. It was about $200 a month.
Yeah, and I assume AC is ran.
If you're
yeah, but I also like it warm, so I kept it at 80 in my house.
Okay.
Now in Colorado, our electric bill is about $300 a month. But we run heat a lot.
Electric heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do think it's more expensive in Colorado. Yeah. But I also have a much bigger house.
As it should be. Humans shouldn't live where it's cold. I get mad at people every winter. This isn't okay.
I mean,
I disagree.
I only had.
Because nature selects people out.
Yeah.
I like it.
I wish I used a wood stove to heat my house.
Yep.
So, come early in the morning and it's out and it's like.
I mean, my house in Colorado is giant. I mean, it's.
Yeah, you can have bigger houses.
Well, the basement's not finished, so they don't count that. But the living space is probably 2,200 square feet, and then you add in the basement, which is the whole entire first floor. It's big, but it's not heated and stuff. That's why on my shows I have the heater on all the time because I'm freezing my ass off down in that basement.
When I knew I was going to move to New Hampshire, I was like, okay, I got to learn to love the cold. I just changed my mindset.
I love the cold.
Yeah. And so now, I miss winter leaving.
Do they have basements here?
Yeah.
Okay, I love basements.
Lots of basements, yeah.
I want to convert my basement to more of a gym/hangout.
We have a gym, and I converted one corner to my studio. Everyone thinks it's fully fit. Our basement is such a hot mess.
Right to the left of the camera, it's just stacks of boxes.
Yeah, it's such a hot mess. My studio is organized, and it's a fucking mess everywhere.
Everything outside of camera shot. Yep, that's the way to do it.
Because it's not finished at all.
You turn on the camera, you see one thing.
Yeah. But it's all our camping equipment and shit.
gotta put stuff somewhere.
Tweet from LPNH.
I can buy a tweet.
You can buy it $25 for. Are you from New Hampshire?
What, buy a tweet?
Oh, okay. So we're
If you have something really base and spicy.
No, but what if it's not spicy? What if it's really status?
Then it will be, share LPNH.
But I mean, can we buy a status tweet? How much?
It'll just be addressed, from chair LPNH.
But how much?
As spent.
Ben, how much to buy a status tweet from LPNH?
Are you going to become a member?
I'm just saying for people in general. I'm streaming live.
If you're not going to be a member, it's $30.
If someone's a hater and wants to make LPNH, okay, listen, everyone on live, if you hate the LPNH account for $30,
$30.
send it to me and I will give it to LPNH and just say whatever status shit you want.
Anything you want.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
$30.
perfect.
But if you become a member, you get a $5 discount. It's $25.
Okay, perfect.
And you can also send out.
So the classical liberal caucus can just like totally take over LPNH.
Oh, but like rest assured, like a picture of Josh Eagle's gonna have a picture like of his face with the tweet, so everyone knows where it came from.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, everybody. Josh Eagle, you could take over LPNH Twitter. Don't be such a cheap pussy.
One tweet.
Just say, don't be such a cheap pussy.
Give us if you give us $2,000, I'll give you 50 tweets.
Josh Eagle.
Deal.
Josh Eagle, don't be such a cheap pussy.
Jonathan Casey, that goes for you too.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, is there any limit?
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
For $25?
$35, man. Are you?
Oh, I'm gonna
already
come
a
up with
member?
something.
I think I was. I don't think I am anymore.
You could be an out-of-state member.
Yeah. but
You just
be a
can't vote,
delegate.
right?
You just can't be a delegate eligible.
Oh, I'm
Do
gonna
you want
come
to be
up
a
with
member? 'Cause
something.
It's the same cost as $25.
But I'm gonna do the $30. I'm gonna
Okay,
make you
okay.
guys tweet
All
something
right, what do we
so
got,
fucking
man? What's the
status.
spicy tweet?
Poopy butts.
Poopy butts?
Yeah, just poopy butts. No context.
Oh, that's perfect. I don't even think that's status. I think you should give
No,
him
it's just
$25 for that one.
Poopy butts?
I'm gonna have you guys promote Dylan Mulvaney. I just gotta come up with a way.
Okay, that's the tweet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call Eric over here. He's on.
Oh, I'm gonna come up with shit.
Nolan! I need Eric to know about this because he's my chair of my conference meeting too.
Listen, I think Colorado should do that.
Before. That's kind of fun.
I like it.
It's like sponsoring a highway, but
No, I like it.
more attention.
I like it. Poopy butts, and that's perfect.
We do like tweets.
Like
I'm gonna have to I don't use Twitter. I'm gonna have to find it and see what kind
oh,
of engagement
it's
it gets.
good. I think I want them to
bad.
tweet just right in the
Just
asshole.
one
That's it.
exclamation point? Or 3 exclamation points?
3.
3. Yeah. Do
Okay.
3. That was better.
Poopy butts. Do you want to hashtag anything while you're at it?
Hashtag poopy butts.
Hashtag poopy butts.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The water is not
Okay.
working.
Isn't?
So, poopy butts, hashtag poopy butts.
Yeah, perfect.
It was working earlier.
It's not working.
It's a very old mode.
Go back. Check in the office to make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
I had to use your makeup wipe to get all the stuff.
Oh,
Thank you for your
No,
donation.
you know what I mean.
yeah.
It is much appreciated.
LPNH. LPNH is so. Whoa. I've had nearly enough to drink. LPNH is selling tweets.
That's a
Like $1,000.
okay. This is gonna be a good.
We're gonna follow that one up with.
I told National.
Worth it?
Yep.
Have kids, they're worth it.
Oh,
Are you
see, now
serious?
So that's verbatim. Have kids, they're worth it.
Have kids. Period. They're worth it. Period.
But they're like THEIR.
Oh, I was gonna say they are.
No, you got to do it grammatically incorrect. That would just make it that much better. Yes, it has to be.
Yeah, they're.
It has to be.
Go for it.
I like this campaign. These guys are gonna make a ton of money.
Have kids, period, they're worth it. Like,
No, THIR.
THEIR.
It's got to be grammatically incorrect because it will drive engagement.
yeah.
That one won't drive engagement. the grand.
Kids, they're worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the elementary schools.
Do you want to
are taking
hashtag
over
anything?
LPNH.
Hashtag poopy butts.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, thank you for your donation, kind sir. Here's your change. And you are sent. Hashtag poopy butts.
Oh man.
I told Angela national needs to sell tweets, but it's got to be a lot more for national. But
Well, I said if we get 4 people to sign up for LNC membership by LPNH, let our comms guy send out one tweet.
as long as it's not Jeremy Kaufman.
It'll probably be
You?
Reed.
Oh, Reed.
But no,
What's funny is Jeremy's actually the more take one.
Not in his own page.
Oh no, I'm talking about on LPNH. It's like,
I love Jeremy.
Ryan, can I give you LPNH cash? I should make
Okay.
a tally of like.
Why are we selling hedgehogs? Because that's
I was
not
gonna say,
the Libertarian.
I was like,
Oh no! Look at the news sign. It's hanging at your feet. Oh, yeah. Is that too
why are
low?
we sending it to? All right, so yes, I have this. So Ben, the answer is yes. I have this pocket I can put it in.
Okay.
I think someone.
It says porcupine. Those aren't porcupines.
Yeah, those are hedgehogs.
One, two.
So I think fraud
We got
is
2
better
retweets.
than
So this will be all right,
having
so
people think we bought hedgehogs.
in case you
to
forget,
sell.
the right
These are
hand
hedgehogs.
pocket
Yeah,
is
but
LPNH.
They're
we-
soft,
that's-
though.
We gotta pretend
That's
that
fantastic.
we're too stupid to know.
Okay.
Because it's more, it makes us look stupider if we're intentionally selling hedgehogs.
They're
or if
very
we're accidentally
soft.
selling hedgehogs.
So it's
You see
so
what I'm
you're
saying?
ironically selling hedgehogs?
No. We're accidentally, we think they're porcupines, but we bought the wrong thing and we're selling them as porcupines.
Right.
That makes us less stupid than knowing they're hedgehogs.
And doing it
Because
ironically.
who would choose hedgehogs?
I haven't
over
bought this yet. How
porcupines
much is that?
With the LP and
I mean, I
porcupines?
love hedgehogs too.
$20. This is a good.
Yeah.
I want to read that.
Yeah. Well, if you hang out on the checkout line long enough, you might be able to finish it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That's how I read People magazine.
Standing on this side.
Get all the stuff that you wanted to get
Yeah, it works.
here. Okay.
It's a two-sided
All
table.
the tables are like leaning a little bit, so every time you put something
You
down,
can
it
sell
just starts.
something.
Well, and selling this shit.
All right. Porcupines, books.
Memberships.
Is this sign obvious, or should I just put it there on the?
I put it both. It's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to write it again.
Well, this one says hedgehog, so.
Yeah, but we need to pimp the memberships.
Yeah, so that's why I tried to connect it to the
Drinks.
Drinks, because people like those. But I thought memberships are valuable also, not just money, right? Membership.
Yeah, but like the drinks. If you want, are you a member? Oh, damn it.
Now I'm not going to be
Well, if you're a member, you can buy a historic Reno shot glass and get free shots.
Oh, how much is that? $20? You got free shots the rest of the night.
Not a bad deal.
Might be dangerous. Yeah, exactly.
Live dangerously. Me, I'm here to pimp memberships. Oh, I like that one.
Yes. What's the? Yeah, people really like to see.
How? Oh, $30 though. Do you take credit cards?
I don't think so.
Well, that sucks. Can I give on the LP site with a credit card?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Okay, I might do that. Do you have that in medium?
Possibly. I didn't do the shirt.
Because, like, I might go give on the LP site.
Yeah. We should have people do it that way if they don't want to pay.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Well, I have cash, but I'm going to need it for the rest of the weekend.
They've also got these ones over here.
All right. No one ever talked about the t-shirts. Maybe they're on a website.
Okay, I'll ask
I
Angela.
bet that's it.
I like that one. That one's good.
Everyone stops for that one.
Except for I don't like the chicken. The chicken should be gone.
Where's
Fuck.
the chicken?
In the middle. Fuck
Oh,
that
is that a
chicken.
chicken?
Same as the
Is that a chicken? Oh, it's an accidental chicken.
We call it the chicken on a stick.
Because it's bad fire. Yeah.
It's and it looks like it's shooting the bird.
yeah.
Once you see that, you can never not see it.
That's hilarious.
I never thought of that.
When someone pointed that out to me, I can't not see it.
Yeah, it's
But I
weird
hate
now.
that fucking chicken. So in that trademark lawsuit we have against Michigan, they agreed not to use the chicken, and I'm like, take the chicken. Fucking
no, it's
please,
supposed to be a
take the
flame.
chicken.
It's supposed to be a flame.
I'm like, nobody wants
not
that
even a
chicken. No
bird.
matter, no wonder you're agreeing not to use the chicken.
Well, at least they're
Maybe it's a bird that's on fire. In which case, I mean, a phoenix could be appropriate because we're trying to revive some ideas.
I hate the penguin too.
I'm really glad it's the porcupine. I don't know. I wouldn't. love it.
That was my motion, by the way.
Nice.
It's the unofficial. Well, it's official, but it's secondary to the fucking chicken. But I would like someone. Actually, Colorado designed a porcupine in the 70s, so I think we probably own the rights to it. I wish that we would give that to National. I hate that fucking chicken.
With guesting. Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah, I can see it for sure.
I wish it was fire.
Was it on fire? Is this the Mandela effect? I thought that was a torch.
I think it's a bird that's on fire.
Yeah, but like.
Looks like an eagle to me.
Yeah.
Looks like an eagle with it sweeping its wings.
Yeah, like
I'm
I was
just
getting
kidding. I think it's
Philadelphia
supposed to be
Eagles
fire,
vibes.
yeah.
But why do we want an eagle? That's so fucking statist.
Good point. Yeah, forever.
I hate
it's
it.
always a
Very
bird,
German.
an eagle.
I was opposed to voting for that. I wasn't on the LNC at the time, but
So is that a bird? Is that a bird or fire?
it's supposed.
I thought it was supposed to be fire.
In our trademark, it's called the torchy. But I still call it the chicken on the stick.
Which would be a phoenix. If you want a bird that's on fire that's not going to end tragically, you should call that a phoenix.
Correct.
Otherwise, that's
We needed to stick with it. We needed to stick with the Statue of Liberty, as far as I'm concerned. I hate that fucking chicken.
Or just like a torch with a fire.
With the actual like flame.
Because
Like,
that's the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, but still, a lot of people do that.
Right, it's pretty generic.
Yeah,
that's a nice shape.
I'd rather have the porcupine.
And you don't have
Well, isn't that what the Democrats and Republicans have? They have their animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which so we should have a
Yeah, that
porcupine.
makes sense.
The problem is getting one that's unique enough to trademark. But Colorado has one that they designed in the 70s,
Right.
and I'm sure they would give it to the National
And
Party.
that's the only hang-up is the trademark on
Yeah.
it.
That's why they got away from the Statue of Liberty, because
You can't do a
actually,
non-trademark picture.
and because Liberty Mutual came out,
Yeah.
it
Oh,
really
yeah.
was
Is that a new
confusing us.
company?
Well, they started really pushing the Statue of Liberty about 4 years ago.
Yeah. With the ostrich.
Yeah.
Or the emu.
Yeah.
No, that would be a good idea. I always thought porcupine was the best animal.
The penguin is
Someone
stupid.
brought up some animal that actually kind of made sense a couple years ago.
What, the penguin?
No. And it surprised me because I think the porcupine
buffalo?
has got to be the strongest. But I forgot it, so porcupine's the best.
No, porcupine's best. The penguin is
It
stupid.
can go, and porcupine can go, well, penguin, no. Penguin's ridiculous.
Because it embodies the non-aggression principle.
Yes.
It can go anywhere.
I don't hurt you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you attack me.
Yes. And then I'll put quills in
And
your
then it
face.
hurts.
And it can walk around with impunity. Bears, mountain lions.
Yeah.
It's like the,
Yeah, anyone who's encountered a porcupine knows not to not to muck with it.
Now, I
again.
personally
really-
like the honey badger, but they are very aggressive.
No,
Right,
they
yeah.
do not embody the non-aggression principle.
He loves
In fact, they embody the AP.
They are.
so many YouTube videos about how badass they are.
No, somebody who got really offended at something I said, D.L. Cummings did. Dear sir, you are dealing with the LP's honey badger. Honey badger don't give a shit. There's this, on that original video, there's a house of bees instead of a hive.
Yeah.
House of bees, honey badger don't give a fuck.
Honey badger don't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care at all.
What are the other?
Certainly love your spirit.
Oof.
It's not. It reminds me, it's not too hopeless.
What's that?
Yeah, porcupine is really
Oh shit, maybe
Oh.
a unique animal.
If there's a medium, I'll be giving $30 on the LP site.
These are it. It's a small.
I got too big of boobs for a small.
Extra larges. Extra larges, large.
Oh my God, they're all big.
Large.
But large is kind of okay, but I want a medium.
This would be what a large looks like.
Yeah, that's kind of big, but see if there's a meeting.
Yeah, take out a bunch of these. And dig through.
A lot of larges, because it's mostly guys. I get it.
Got it.
Oh, I'm giving money on the shirt.
There you go.
I'm giving money on the website. This will be what I'm wearing tomorrow.
Hold this.
Yeah, there's a million larges.
This is a large. Medium. Are you buying one? Can you hold this open for me so I can put these shirts back?
Where's it? Angela,
Everybody else's shirt.
I'm going to give $30 on the website for the shirt.
If at first you don't secede.
At first you don't secede.
Oh, you got ice?
Yeah, I just kind of brought my own.
I'm going to see if I can do it on my phone.
Not for you. I mean, it could be if you want some. How much you selling?
I'm going to see if I can do it on my phone. Otherwise, it'll be tonight. But I'm going to go get out my credit card. My phone sometimes doesn't want to do it. Guys, I want to show you the shirt. I need to stop live streaming so I can pay for it.
Separate. Okay. Oh no, it's the same cash box.
For the shirt?
Yeah.
And I'm running out of charge,
I
so
just figured it would be harder for drunk people.
that will be it for now. I might go back to the hotel room and charge.
It's already, yeah.
Bye-bye.
It's already been done a reservation. Yeah, they're here.